Okay, guys, let's just knock this out. I think Bitcoin's looking bullish, which is bearish. And you're probably thinking, what the hell does that mean? Well, I'm going to show you every chart, and I'm gonna go through Discord and show you every post I made. And had you followed along, even to the last video, you would have made a lot of money. We're breaking a trend line, we're pushing up. I'm gonna give you key levels and show you why if we push up is bearish and why if we drop that is bullish. The last video I put up, I will put a link up to it now. Made it very clear. If we get a daily open above 93,500, open above that point, guys, that is bullish. We opened above, we pushed up. I said if we push up, these are the two levels to watch. First one, 96,000. If we get above that, you'd want to short 97,745. And that played out exactly. We're going to go through and I'm going to show you Discord and I'm going to show you these charts. I'm going to give you key levels and we're going to break it all down. Now, guys, if you want to get into leverage trading, CoinCatch, no KYC, no VPN. They have an incredible special. It is absolutely, I don't know how the hell they do it. If you deposit $1,000, you will get back $5,000 to trade with. It is 30 slots every 7 days. They have lower tiers. If you want to see this events page, I'll put a link up to it now. You can also get access to my charts in Discord depending on the tier you choose. Check out the events page, but you need to use your bonus. And remember, it's not the 7 days from you deposit. It's this repeats every 7 days. It started on April 30th. Okay. All right, so my affiliate link, if you want to sign up, guys, is down in the events page. I'll put a link up to that now if you want to sign up. If you want to learn how to trade on CoinCatch, this is a video I put up teaching you how to, well, just all the tools I use, how to protect yourself, you know, difference between long limit order, market order, trigger orders, all that. Do watch this video, even if you're an avid trader. This can help you just learn some of the features. Link this video now if you'll check it out. Guys, if you've already used CoinCatch and you've already used your bonus and you're looking for a backup or another option, Bluefin is a great exchange. Just no KYC, no VPN. If you want to sign up, I will put a link up to that now. Again, just another option for you. Okay, so let's go through this. So in Discord, now look, this was when I put out the last video, and yes, it was a while ago. It was 5 days ago. But I just want to show you what I post in Discord. So it's a bullish move. Resistance tapped. That was that red line I was talking about in the previous video. And I'll zoom in just a bit. I'll click on some of these images if I have to. And I said, look, about to test resistance on H1. A daily open above yellow line on D1 opinion would be bullish. That was your point to short. I said, look, we got a rejection at H1. Resistance on H1. Let's see how this plays out. So that was your point to go short. And look what happened. I was talking about the DXY. DXY is pushing up. Typically, Bitcoin's going to drop. And you can see we got a nice rejection. Pay attention to see if we get a daily open above or below, right? We got a rejection right at this point. This is your next support level, 96,259. I take the time to map out the charts, and I post hourly. I keep making posts, letting everybody know what to pay attention to. Now, I was waiting to see if we got a daily open below or above this point, and we opened right on it, so we didn't really know if we were going to push up or down. But we did come down. We found support where I said right on this yellow fib line. We're going to cover these charts, guys. I'm just showing you what I do in Discord. If you do want to get access to Discord and all of these live charts, which are shareable, you can save them as you're on. If you want to sign up, the website's opticalcrypto.com. The link is pinned in the first comment description. If you want access to Bitcoin charts or altcoin charts in Discord, the $49 option's all you need. You will need to contact me through the contact page of the website to get a Discord invite link. I'll need to verify you have an account. So now that that's covered, let's go back to Discord. Very clear where our resistance level is on H1. Pay attention, next daily candle on D1. So we knew our resistance was right here, right? And you can see we pushed up, got rejected, and I said, look, okay, we're underneath the H1 red fib line. That's our current resistance level. So that was your point to open another short or add to your short. And you can see we dropped below this point. Watch for daily open below. If we do, that means we're going down much lower. Also mentioned the MACD. Pay attention to see if we get across the daily MACD with the RSI and the MACD above. We did get a cross on the RSI. We got a daily open. See, you got a daily open below this yellow line I've been talking about for quite a while. Take note, this was resistance. You could have shorted here, added to your short here, and we started dropping. I was in a short. I told everybody that there was, well, you can read this if you like. There was some talk in Discord, so I was kind of making a joke. And this is what we're going to talk about. This is the most important part. I closed my long in profit. I closed my short in profit. And this is what we're going to cover right now. So bear with me. Again, I'm not going to go through all this, but basically I keep everybody updated. And if you played it, you know, level by level, you should have done well. But the main thing is we are breaking above a trend line. This trend line right here. We just broke above it. And I already told you guys before that this is your key support level. This coincides with the D1 chart, the H1 chart, and the CME gap chart. So I would be long. You should already be long from 93,600. That we're breaking above this trend line, and that is bullish. But remember, bullish is bearish and bearish is bullish, and I'll explain why this is the case and give you your key levels. But as I said in that video, back here, this one here, 97,745, this white line, this white fib channel line, right? That was where you would short. We hit it. We hit it twice. 1, 2. We hit it right there. Got rejected. You had a point to short almost to the damn dollar. And then in that post in Discord, I said, look, this is your next point to short. We got rejected and came down. And we were moving down this trend line and we found support. And guys, this is what you're paying attention to. Notice this line. And I go back and watch the last video. I already told you about this green line. Notice we've only got daily opens above. We haven't yet to get a daily open below, including this fib line here. So yes, I think Bitcoin will push up. But again, that will be bearish, and I'm getting ready to show you why that's the case. So we know that our resistance above is 97,388, roughly. This is just an average. If we're below this yellow line, that is typically bearish. If we're above it, that will be very bullish. But we still have not yet to hold above it. But we are holding above right here. And take note, this is the daily right here, 92,429. That's the central Bollinger Band on the daily. That's moving up. That is bullish. But notice we get daily opens above this fib line. As long as that continues happening, even if we get little wicks below, we're typically going to push back up. That happened 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So I think it's very possible we push back up. On this chart here, I'm going to give you next. Now these are just points to scalp. All right, guys. These are just lines that price has been respecting. I'm not saying you should open a short here. If you wanted to scalp, that's fine. These are just trend lines. I add to charts as price moves along. Your most key resistance level right now on the hourly, and if you paid attention to the last video, you could have made a fortune on that. 97,200. I think that's going to come into play, and I'll show you why. Your most key resistance above that is around 98,953. Keep in mind this is on the hourly. Each one of these candles is an hour, so that's probably 20 hours away. It could be way out here. That's 99,000. You move it further out, 97,351. But this line is what you want to pay attention to, and that's why having access to the charts is going to benefit you, because you can watch them real time and know when to open your short. Just keep in mind, these right here are just points to pay attention to. These are not the most important levels. The fib lines, these lines I have outlined, these are the lines that are important. I just have a white line. See that blue line? I just have a white line so it stands out. So we know that we're looking somewhat bullish, all right? Yeah, the RSI came down. We did just get across. But the reason I think if we push up, it's bearish, and if we drop, that's bullish, is because of the CME. This is just a simplified version, and I will show you one more time why this is the case. This green line back here, God, so far back. Look, it was resistance. It was resistance. And if we just go all the way back over here, you can see it was support, right? A lot of support all through here. All of this support, daily opens all above it. We came below, we hit it as resistance, and we dropped. Well, we are holding above that line. So if we have daily opens above, all right, 93,827, which continues to happen, stay bullish. If you get a daily open below 93,500, that is when I'm going to open. I've already closed my longs, I've closed my shorts. I might open a long. I'm waiting to see what happens here, but I do think Bitcoin is looking bullish right now. But a daily open below 93,000, let's say 500, I think would be very bearish. We're headed back down to this orange line. But again, this is a simplified version. That's why it says D1 simple. But this is what's most important, okay? And this is why I told everyone in Discord that I closed my short and I closed my long. We have a gap above us, all right? And we have a gap below us. So here's my thinking. If Bitcoin drops down and fills this gap below, all right, the gap to fill the gap below is down here around, let me make this bigger so you can see it. Let me make it really big so you can really see it. To fill this gap, we would have to drop down to, let me get another arrow tool here. All right, so for us to fill that gap, we would have to drop down to 91,695. Okay, so if they go out of the way to send price down to fill this gap, that will be bullish because they need to come up and fill this gap above. All right, so let's think about this. So we have a gap above us at 97,245. So if they push price up, it is to fill this gap before more downside. So if we push up, which I think is very possible, I would be long right now. Again, I would go long from this point. I already told you if we drop below a certain point, when to open your short. I'm going to cover it one more time for those of you that might have missed it. I think it's very likely we're going to push up and we're going to fill this gap. And the only reason we're pushing up is to fill that gap. Once that gap is filled, then we'll come down and we'll fill this gap around 91,695. That to me would be bearish, only pushing up to fill the gap and then a drop to fill this gap. However, if we drop down to fill this gap at 91,695, that means price will have to push back up to fill that gap at 97,200, which means it's probably bullish and we're probably going to go higher. So that's why I say if we push up, that is bearish, and if we drop, that is bullish. I think it's bearish, so we will push up and fill the gap above. And take note, 97,200 is no coincidence. It's that red line right here. So if we push up, again, remember, these are hourly candles. So if we push up to 97,200, that would be a point to open a short or at least long to. If we push above that, your next key, most critical resistance around 98,895. And if we pull this up, you can see that that is also a target. I have all of these mapped out. And there's confluence between the H1 chart, the D1 chart, and CME chart. And currently you can see we held support right here on this line, right here at 93,905. And you can see back here, look, 93,826. So we know where our support level is, and we know this. If you get a daily open, take note, no daily opens below this green line, and so far no daily opens below this fib line. So if you start getting a daily open below 94,391, hey, something's changed and it's possible it's bearish. If we get a daily open below 93,800, that's going to be extremely bearish because we're breaking below this fib line and we're breaking below this green line I just showed you why that's so important. So again, in your next key support level to catch a scalp bounce, well, pay attention to center Bollinger Band on the daily. Won't know where that's at until price gets there. But your next key support level is around 91,300. But take note, we already got a bearish cross on the MACD on the daily. Again, that is a bearish cross. So we could get this one little wick up or a pump to take out that, again, that gap 97,200. And again, just showing you that that matches perfectly with this red line where you could have shorted right here, 96,500. That target matches completely, all right? Now, we could get a wick up. I'm not saying we can. I'm just saying pay attention to 97,200. That would fill the gap above. And again, if price is going to have a major drop, they want to take out that gap. I do not know why these gaps have to be filled, but if you go back and look at historically through price action, gaps always get filled. So that means I think it's likely we will pump. That's why I closed my short, took profit, because I think we will more than likely push up, take out this gap at 97,200. We might even get a wick up to 98,000, 98,500. And then I think we will come down and fill this gap. Again, that's why I say up is bearish and down is bullish. Now again, if we drop down to 91,695 first, they want to take out the gap below, meaning we'll have more upside. That's how I see it playing out. But let me just make sure you have your key levels. So look, here's how I'm playing this. I think I would be long from this point, all right? If we come back down and test 93,677, we're already breaking above this level or this trend line right here that was resistance. It will flip as support. So we could come up, get rejected, come back down to 93,600. Then I would say open a long, go heavy on that long. However, if we get a daily open below this point here, okay? So let's say this is the hourly though, guys. Keep that in mind. Even the hourly, if you start seeing that 93,604 becomes resistance on the hourly, I would go short. However, I would rather see a daily open below. A daily open below, again, 94,334, because that's the first time that will happen. Keep in mind when I say daily opens, notice the meat of the candles are above this fib line right here. So if we get a daily open below, something has changed, meaning we're going to have possibly some downside. If we get a daily open below 93,826, we know that is extremely bearish because we've not got a daily open below that either. So again, bullish above 93,826. But if we get a daily open below those 2 points, I'm not going to repeat myself, then I will open a heavy short and be ready to ride this down. But for now, just keep in mind, We have got a gap above at 97,200. If they push up and take that out, that is bearish in my opinion. If they come out and take 91,700 out first, that will be bullish because they still have to take out that gap. So that's how I'm looking at this. So right now, I would be bullish above that point. No reason repeating myself. You have everything you need. This is your key level on the hourly to pay attention to. Below 93,600, that becomes resistance. Short the hell out of it. And right now, for now, be long. It'd be great if it came back down and tested that. You can long it again, but that was your point to long, and that is the point of having access to these charts and to Discord because I keep you guys updated. That's it, guys. Again, check out CoinCats. Deposit $1,000, get $5,000 back. Plus, you get access to my charts. Check it out. Do watch this tutorial video. Everything I mentioned, all these links will be pinned in the first comment description. If you've already taken advantage of your specials or deposits from CoinCats and you want to try out Bluefin, they're a great exchange too. No KYC, no VPN. Again, all links pinned in the first comment description. We'll see how this plays out. I will keep you posted. Guys, trade safe, trade smart. I'm out.